What's going on, everyone? I have a couple trades I want to share with you. I know these might be a little more advanced um, trades than what some people in this community are used to, but I am going to give it my best. Just getting a couple screens detached here so I can show everybody what happened. Okay, if anybody watched the video that Tim and I did, um, last night. I don't know if he posted it or not. If anybody watched that, I'm going to kind of break down the trade that I had covered in that video a little more right now, because we had that was kind of yesterday's portion of it when I opened the trade, and today I closed it because it was obviously going to expire today, so I closed it. Here I have a chart of the ES. This is a 5-minute chart. So what I want to do is back out. I want to go to yesterday right here and blow this up a little bit more. Okay. Um, Let me show you where I got in. This would be, let's see, 1 day ago. How about we go 2 days and we do SPX. There we go. Okay. I had purchased the 2650 call on SPX at 1208, which was right here at this. I'm sorry, 1208, which was right here on this candle. This is the 1205 candle, so it was in this candle somewhere. What I had looked for is we had broken this resistance right here. Right here it held and came back down. We had broken this resistance, so that was my ceiling that I was looking for a break also, and the 5-minute squeeze fired here on this same candle, as you can see. So I got in the 2650 call for 95 cents, and then looking to sell the 2655 for 120, or a 25-cent credit on legging into what would normally be a debit vertical spread. And this is what happened. The resistance ended up holding. The squeeze did not do its job, and it came back down. I plotted support down here. Support held, and it ripped higher. So what had happened was, then at 12:32, I purchased another 2650 call for 80 cents, which would have been, I don't know, 22 minutes later, 24 minutes later. Which was right in this candle right here once I saw the breakout on my 333 tick chart, which is over here. This is the chart that I use for breakout signals on a cross of these exponential moving averages. So once I saw the breakout on my chart there, I then got in and basically doubled down on that 2650 call with 80 cents. So what I have done is I have averaged my cost down to 87.5 cents per contract since I purchased now 2 of them. So I've averaged my cost down to 87.5 cents. And as this was ripping up here higher, I put a sell in for the 2655 right here at $1.20. So what that effectively did is, let me bring up the calculator. I averaged in at 95 cents by purchasing one. I then purchased another one at 85 cents. If I divide those by 2, I get my average cost on the 2, which is 87.5 cents. Now, I sold the further out of the money strike for $1.20. So let's remember that 87.5 cents right there. So I sold them for $1.20 times 2, since I had 2 contracts to cover, equals 240. Actually, we will do the $1.20 since we didn't multiply that by 2. We'll do the $1.20 minus 87.5 equals $32.50 is what I legged into per contract, and since I have 2 contracts, we multiply that by 2, and I get a 65-cent credit, or $65 credit, on legging into that spread. So if the SPX were to completely tank today, The minimum I will make is $65. That is the least amount of money I can make, because both of those strikes would completely expire worthless, and since I legged into these for a 65-cent credit, I will make at least 65 cents or $65 on this trade, period. Now, let's fast forward to today. If we fast forward to today, this is what happened today. We opened up down 15 points, and that is, the market didn't look back at that point. It just rallied like crazy all day long. So we finished the day up 32 points. We were up, let's say 69. We were up almost 40 points earlier in the day. So what did that do to my contracts that I had open? This is what it did to the contracts that I had open. Since I had the 2650, 2655 spread, and we finished the day at 2663, both of those finished in the money, okay? Let me detach the options chain here and bring it over for you to see. If I detach an options chain and bring it over for you to see, you will see that if we took May 4, my 2650, 2655 strikes finished in the money over here, okay? So since SPX is a cash settled entity, I wouldn't get assigned anything. At tomorrow, when all of this cash settles out, it does just that. It cash settles. I don't receive 100 shares of SPX. It cash settles. So what happens is I would get 17, well, it would cash settle for $5 profit is what it would do. So in layman's terms, what it would do is I would receive $17.50 for my contract, but I would then pay out $12.50 for this contract. So I would settle out for a $5 profit. So what happened was I would take in 65 cents when I legged in. That's a built-in profit. And then another $5 since it expires in the money. So $5.65 is the max profit on this trade, and that's what I would have taken in. But I was in meetings all morning and didn't really have time to do anything. I saw the market ripping. So what I did is I put in an order to sell my spread for $4.50. And right here it was filled. $4.50. I sold to close this spread with the two contracts, the 2650, 2655, for a $4.50 credit, filled. So that was filled today at around 11:42 this morning. So if we recap what happened on this trade, since the market ripped like crazy today, what happened on this trade is I took in a 65-cent credit when I legged into the position, period. Now, if we add the $4.50 that I took in when I sold that spread also, I made $515. Oh, I'm sorry. That's wrong. I took in a $65 credit when I legged into the position because there's two contracts, okay? I legged into $65 credit for the two contracts, all right? Now, if we add the $4.50 that I sold it for plus $4.50, since there were two contracts, we come up with a $965 profit on the trade, and that trade took 24 hours. I am being as transparent as TOS will allow me on this trade. There is no smoke and mirrors. There is no I'm trying to pull the wool over your eyes with what is an advanced options trading strategy. I'm not trying to do that. You can see everything here. Go ahead and take a screenshot if you would like. Check my math, check the times. You can see that these are filled, 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 and filled. These are trades that went through. Now, let me bring you over my actual positions page so you can see what happened. As you can see, this spread right here, I own 0 of them, all right, because they were sold. This is where they expired, is right here. And when they were sold, let's see if it shows me what they were. No, it doesn't. Okay. When they were sold, it sold for the $4.50 profit on both of them. So that's a $900 profit on 2 contracts. And as you can see, I don't own any of them. There was a $2,280 profit here, a $1,575 loss here. Do the math. That is a $705 profit on the trade for the day. Okay, that's for the day. There was profit built in yesterday. All right, so that is the profit for the day, and TOS does not show your total. It's not an open profit since the trade was closed already. So it's not open profits. So TOS does not show anything on here. This is one I just legged into. It didn't work out for me, but I'm in a credit. I'm in a what was now a debit spread for Monday, looking for a 2,700 finish on the SPX. So that is what's going on for Monday. But this trade right here is as humanly possible, transparent as I can be on this trade. So I am showing you everything. So that is my trade, my actual positions page. This is my trade page. You can see that it was sold for $4.50, and then it was legged into for these credits. It was sold. The $26.55 was sold for this, which gives me an overall credit on the trade. Everything was sold for another $4.50 credit, so that brings me to $965 profit on the trade itself. So I want everybody to see as transparent as possible how that happened, how I legged in, and I have another video, I believe, on YouTube for the legging in process, and it breaks it down a lot more. So you can see how this actually happened. It really breaks it down in parade detail. How this trade works. So you can watch that video, then watch this video over again, and you can see how it actually worked. So I want everybody to have a excellent weekend. Hopefully everybody has a green week. Next week, I've got another trade in on NVIDIA for a run into earnings. I have sold a put credit spread or a bull put spread. For that, I'll cover that in another video, but I hope everybody understands what I did with this trade in the SPX, how it worked, where I got out, and how the math works on it. If anybody has any questions, please hit me up, comment, PM me, whatever, I don't care. Without further ado, hopefully everybody has a great week, and we will catch y'all on the flip side.